Excel gives you filtering, sorting out of the box. Because of this, the process of exploratory data analysis becomes really quick in Excel. When you transition over from Excel to Python, you have to make use of Pandas to do basic filtering, sorting of the data frame to get insights out of it. What if I tell you there is a new library in Python called QGrid, which does the exact thing that you can do in Excel but now in your Pandas data frame? Oh, so you don't trust me, is it? Stay tuned for the video and you will realize the power of this beautiful library called QGrid. We start by importing our necessary modules NumPy and Pandas. I have a CSV file called insurance.csv. I import that CSV file into the data frame df. Let's look at how our data frame looks like. As you can see, there are 7 columns in my data frame. Some are categorical, some are numeric. If I have to do a comprehensive exploratory data analysis on the data set, I'll have to write a lot of pandas commands in order to extract a lot of useful insights from the data. Rather than doing all of that, I make use of the library called QGrid. I'm sharing across the GitHub link of the library as well. The way you install QGrid is, if you've already installed Conda, then you can use Conda install QGrid, or there is an equivalent command for pip install as well. Once the installation is done, you import the QGrid library. Let's look at all the QGrid functions by using the dir command for the library that we have imported. As you can see, there are a lot of different functions that you can use. The one that we'll be using is something called as showGrid. The next thing that I'll do is, from the QGrid library, I'll import showGrid and save it into a variable called df_QGrid. Now that my grid object from QGrid is saved in df_QGrid, let's see how it looks like. This is how it looks like. If you closely observe, all the columns have this filter like icon. If I press on age, it gives me a range of values by which I can filter out my data frame directly without having to write any line of code. So right now it captures all the ranges of age. So in my data frame, I have ages ranging from 18 to 64. I can filter it out and I can keep it between 54 to 64. So all the ages that I have in my filter data frame will contain age values between 54 to 64. At any moment of time, if I want to remove the filter, I can just click on reset. Say for example, I want to filter out the Northeast region people and I want to check what is the amount or the insurance premium that they are paying for all the people who are smokers and who have, say, 2 children, and let's check all the male population. So in the Northeast region, I have these many male and who smoke and they're paying so much of charges. At any point, as I've already mentioned, you can reset any filter value or you can select all. And keep manipulating with different combinations to arrive at different inferences from your data. That is the beauty of this library called QGrid. It allows you to manipulate data. It gives you all the Excel-like capabilities in your Pandas data frame which was missing. Just imagine if I have to filter the condition that I mentioned previously, I'll have to write a filtering logic in Pandas data frame. Not that it's very difficult, but if you can play around with data just by clicking some buttons, nothing like it. That is the whole power of this library called QGrid. Do make sure to use this library as it would give you a lot of capability in terms of filtering out data and doing some amount of exploratory data analysis. If you do have any questions with what we covered in this video, then feel free to ask in the comment section below and I'll do my best to answer those. If you enjoy these tutorials and would like to support them, then the easiest way is to simply like the video and give it a thumbs up, and also it's a huge help to share these videos with anyone whom you think would find them useful. Be sure to subscribe for future videos and thank you all for watching.